Hello again! Today I've decided to do the new Booktuber tag. Obviously, haven't been tagged in it because I have a total of 1 subscriber right now. Hi Alexis. And I figured this is just a way for you to get to know me better, kind of why I'm doing this and that sort of stuff. So the first question is, why did you start a BookTube channel? And for me, mostly it's Alexis. She wouldn't stop bugging me. We talked about it for months on end, starting in August, so it's been a while, and she wouldn't stop. She's like, you should just start one, you should do a BookTube channel, and so here I am. I'll leave a link to her channel down below if you're interested, although, let's be honest, she might be the reason you're here. And second, one of my New Year's resolutions this year is to be more daring. I tend to stay inside my comfort zone a lot, and talking to a camera to random people on the internet, a little terrifying, so I figured that was a good way to help me break out of my comfort zone a little bit and expand my horizons. So the second question is, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to BookTube? And I've got some ideas. I'm not gonna say what they are, but we'll see if they actually pan out. But I think everybody brings a unique point of view, and I think it's interesting to see what other people think of the same books. Even if they don't agree with you, it's a good place to start a discussion and maybe talk about why some people had certain issues with certain things, or why they loved or didn't love a certain book. And I think I can just bring another opinion to that conversation. The third question is, what are you most excited about with starting BookTube? And for me, it's just getting to know what people think about some of my favorite books. I don't have a lot of friends that read a lot or very often, so I think it will be interesting for me to see people who actually read books fairly quickly and who form actual opinions beyond I liked it or I didn't like it. They go more in depth as far as why they did or did not like certain things, and I want to have more of those discussions. I'm also really excited to work on my editing skills. I used to do a lot of video editing in middle school, and I haven't really done a whole lot of it in recent years. I just haven't had the need to. So I'm kind of excited to get back in and relearn all of the things I used to know. Hopefully my editing will get better. I know it's kind of choppy right now, and I apologize. So question 4 is, why do you love reading? And for me, it takes me into a world or a situation that I would probably never find myself in otherwise. My life is pretty boring, as it is for most college students. Go to school, go to work, and don't really do a whole lot in between. Mostly because I don't have a lot of money to go out and do things like travel. I try to do what I can, but I don't get to do as much as I want. So for me, reading a book takes me somewhere I've never been before, or I get to live in a situation that I probably would never get to in real life. That's why I love to read. So question 5 is, what books or series got you into reading? And honestly, I don't remember. I've loved to read since I was a child, so there's no one book that I can be like, this is the book that got me into reading, and I kind of am sad that I don't have that. I feel like it'd be cool to be able to point to one book and say, this is why I love to read. But for me, the first book that really got visual for me was the Harry Potter series. That was the first book that, as I was reading, I was playing a movie in my mind. I didn't feel like I was reading. I wasn't looking at words on the page. I would read like 200-300 pages and not realize how far I had gotten because I was just so absorbed in the story. And that's the first book I remember that happening with. So for me, I'd probably say Harry Potter, but I did love to read before I read Harry Potter too. So it's not the first book that made me love reading, but it is one that I really enjoyed as a child that definitely helped with my love of reading. Question number 6 is, any questions you would have for your favorite booktubers? I don't really know what I would ask. I think, what made you actually start the channel? Was there a friend that talked you into it? Did you just decided you needed to talk about this book so bad? That's what I'm curious about, is what made them actually take the plunge and do it. And the last question is, what challenges with starting BookTube are going to be the hardest to overcome? And for me, I think it's confidence. I don't really have a lot. I'm very shy in real life. A lot of my really good friends don't believe me when I say that, because I am very outgoing with them, because I know them very well. I'm very comfortable in those situations. But in new situations where I don't know people, I'm actually very shy and very timid. I don't tend to talk a lot in situations where I don't feel comfortable, so that's going to be a hard one for me, just sitting by myself talking to a camera. But I also live in a house with very thin walls. People can hear me when I film, and hopefully I can get over that. It's been a little rough, but I'm getting there. Anyway, I'm very excited to have you along for this journey. If you have any additional questions for me, leave them in the comments down below. I'll do my best to answer them, and I will see you next time. Bye!